road, or good afternoon or evening, wherever you're watching this from. I am back on the road again for another road trip, but I am not alone on this trip. Let me introduce you to the woman who birthed me, my mom. Say hi. So I wanted to do this video to show a little bit about how we are traveling during the pandemic. I don't want this video to be like an encouragement to travel during the pandemic. Only you can decide that for yourself and know what the right choice for you and your family is. We have done some extra things to make this happen a bit more safely, so we definitely want to give you some of those tips since I know a lot of people are traveling anyway. So we're going to show you some different things that we brought along and some different things that we did to prepare ourselves than we would for just a regular road trip. Tip number one for traveling during a pandemic is to be flexible. Things aren't always going to work out as you think they are, and that's a tip whether you're traveling during a pandemic or not, because things don't always work out the way you want them to. For example, when we were in Wichita, all of the restaurants were closed. And when I say all of them, I mean all 6 of them that I wanted to see just because we happened to be there on a Monday. Haven't had a lot of luck with things being open so far in Wichita.
They do not like us here.
Yeah, they don't like us here. Our timing has not been ideal. There is a nightly fire lighting here at the Keeper of the Plains statue. It is a 44-foot sculpture made by a Native American artist. We literally brought our chairs. We are ready for the show. Still really excited. It's like one of the things that drew us to Wichita. Bad news bears, the Ring of Fire has been canceled for reasons unknown. So Wichita not working out so well for us. We'll see if it picks up at all tomorrow, or we'll see if this just doesn't make the vlog because it's kind of depressing. So sometimes things just happen. Just try not to get too hooked on any one activity because it may or may not be available to you when you're there. But being flexible isn't always a bad thing. For example, we were able to score a super last minute booking to the Pioneer Woman's B&B, which has been booked for 2 years straight. So sometimes being flexible has its perks. Tip number 2 for traveling during COVID, you're gonna need some extra supplies. We put all of our cleaning supplies in just one random grocery bag, so it's just ready to go. We know we're not gonna forget anything, including Clorox wipes, Lysol spray. It's just a cheap little hand soap because it's a little bit nicer to use than the bar soap. Another thing that we did was bring along our own pillowcases, and we brought enough for the entire trip. Even though these are probably clean, it just feels nice to know that things that are touching your face have been cleaned by you. In addition to the cleaning supplies and the pillowcases, we also have napkins, paper plates, utensils, and some Ziploc bags. These are just things that we've learned along the way. We've been ordering food and eating it inside the room. We've learned that sometimes restaurants forget to give you silverware and things like that, so it's just kind of nice to have some of that ready to go. Something else that I brought along is a sleep sheet. This is something that I bring on all of my travels, usually internationally, because I like to use it when I'm sleeping in hostels and things where the sheets are kind of questionable. Didn't really think that I would have to use it on this trip, but the sheets here are a little questionable, so I'm now very happy that I brought this. When you get inside of your hotel room, wipe down everything you think you're gonna touch. Wipe down your key cards, wipe down your door handles, your light switches. Honestly, the whole thing takes 5 minutes, and your peace of mind is worth the 5 minutes that it takes. Another tip is to use the bag that came with the ice bucket to put the remote in so that you don't have to touch it. Remotes are one of the nastiest things in hotel rooms. One thing that I also wanted to mention is that a lot of hotels are not cleaning the rooms in between. So if you're staying more than one night, a lot of them are just saying, we're not cleaning it while you're there, which is great. But other times, if the hotel does not say that they're gonna do that, just make sure that you put the little sign on the door and they won't come bother you. My next tip is coming at you from San Antonio, Texas at the San Antonio Riverwalk. A big tip is to find activities that you can do outdoors. Yes, we of course have masks with us, but it's really nice to pick outdoor activities where you're not too stressed about people being too close to you. So any outdoor activity you can do is great, and it's a great excuse to find places like this. While there were a few things that we couldn't do because of the pandemic, the challenge of finding interesting things to see and do pushed us outside of our comfort zone and actually made for a way more unique and enjoyable trip. Here we are underneath the South Congress Bridge looking for bats. Wish me luck, I really don't want to get pooped on today. We may have chosen the windiest day ever to stand on 2 states at once, but it was worth it. I'm the Space Cowboy on Route 66. We are currently sitting at the gathering place. This place is stunning.
Another tip is to look for places to eat outdoors. We took most of our meals on our trip to go and had fun scoping out picnic spots, which sometimes included our car.
We just arrived at Joe's Kansas City Barbecue, and it is literally here at a gas station, but we have been told that it is completely worth it. Wow.
And finally, don't forget to do your research. States have different requirements, which may include showing a negative COVID test at the border. Try and keep up to date with these requirements as they can change quickly. I hope these tips help to make your next trip a bit safer. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well and staying safe.
I don't know what else to say, so goodbye.